There is a pain that is unlike any other. It is the pain of a phantom limb, the ache for a presence that is no longer there. It is the pain of losing someone you love. Whether through a breakup, a betrayal, or a final goodbye, this pain hollows you out. It rewrites your reality. The future you had planned together is suddenly a blank, terrifying void. The memories you once cherished become minefields of grief. Your world, once vibrant and full of color, turns to a monochrome landscape of loss. In the grip of this pain, the word healing feels like a distant, insulting fantasy. Your only focus, your only primal instinct, is to simply get through the next minute, the next hour, the next day. The question is not how to be happy again. The question is how to survive. Society is often clumsy in the face of this kind of pain. It offers you platitudes. Time heals all wounds. There are other fish in the sea. It encourages you to distract yourself, to numb the ache, to get over it as quickly as possible. But your soul knows this is a lie. This is not a wound that can be ignored. It is a wound that demands to be felt, to be understood, and ultimately, to be integrated. Viktor Frankl, a man who survived the loss of his wife, his parents, and his brother in the concentration camps, understood the nature of this pain on a level that few ever could. He knew that survival was not a matter of forgetting, but of finding meaning. He taught that even in the face of the most devastating loss, the human spirit has the capacity not just to endure, but to emerge stronger, deeper, and more compassionate than before. This is not a guide on how to forget someone. This is a guide on how to survive them. This is Frankl's wisdom for the broken-hearted. We will not offer you easy answers. We will offer you something far more valuable, a path through the darkness. But to walk this path, you must first make a commitment to honor your pain, but not to be defined by it. So before we begin, I want you to perform a powerful act of self-preservation. Pause this video, go to the comments and write this one sentence. My pain will not be the end of my story. This is your first step toward survival. It is a declaration that your life has a future, even if you cannot see it right now. It is you choosing to pick up the pen and write the next chapter. Do it now. We will be here when you are ready. Now, let us explore the first truth of survival. The first truth: do not numb the pain, harness its power. Your first instinct when faced with the overwhelming pain of loss is to make it stop. You want to numb it, to escape it. You might turn to endless distractions, binge-watching, overworking, casual encounters, anything to avoid the terrible silence where the grief lives. Or you might turn to actual numbing agents, alcohol, food, medication, in a desperate attempt to anesthetize your heart. This is the path of avoidance, and while it may offer temporary relief, it is a trap. Frankl's first and most critical teaching on suffering is that we cannot heal a wound by pretending it doesn't exist. The pain you are feeling is not the problem. The pain is a signal. It is a form of energy, and your task is not to destroy that energy, but to harness it. Imagine your pain is a powerful, raging river. Your first instinct is to try and build a dam to stop it. But the river of grief is too powerful. It will build up behind the dam, growing stronger and more turbulent until it inevitably breaks through, causing even more devastation. Frankl's wisdom suggests a different approach. Do not build a dam. Build a hydroelectric plant. Acknowledge the immense power of the river, respect its force, and then build a structure that allows the river to flow through it, and in the process, to turn the turbines that will generate light. Your pain is the river. Your conscious, responsible choices are the hydroelectric plant. How do you do this? You start by giving your pain a time and a place. Instead of letting it bleed into every moment of your day, you schedule a meeting with it. You say to yourself, for the next 30 minutes I will allow myself to feel this completely. I will look at the photos, I will listen to the songs, I will cry, I will not judge myself, I will simply honor the reality of this loss. During this time, you are not wallowing, you are processing, you are allowing the river to flow, and then, when the time is up, you make a conscious choice to engage with a task. You say, thank you, grief, for the visit. Now, I have a responsibility to attend to. The task can be small. Go for a walk, answer an email, make a meal. This practice does two things. First, it validates your pain. You are not denying it, you are honoring it. This stops the pain from needing to scream for your attention at inconvenient times. Second, it proves to you that you are not helpless. You are the one who can open the floodgates, and you are the one who can close them. You are in control, not the pain. The energy of your pain can be channeled into creative expression. Write about it, paint it, compose music about it. Creation is the act of transforming chaos into order. It is the ultimate act of turning suffering into meaning. It can also be channeled into physical activity. Go for a run, lift weights. Let the emotional energy move through your body. Physical exertion is a way of metabolizing grief, of turning the fire of your pain into the fuel for your physical strength. The first truth of survival is that your pain is the most powerful source of energy you will ever have. If you run from it, it will destroy you. If you face it, honor it, and channel it with intention, it can become the very energy that powers your transformation and your new life. Do not numb it, harness it. The second truth, you cannot replace the loss, you must rebuild around it. When we lose someone, a hole is torn in the fabric of our lives, a gaping empty space where that person used to be, and our immediate desperate desire is to fill that hole. We rush into new relationships, we cling to new people, we try to find a replacement to patch over the emptiness. We believe that if we can just find another person to stand in that empty space, the pain will go away. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of how the heart heals. And this leads us to the second truth of survival, a truth that requires patience and profound self-compassion. The second truth is this: you do not heal from the loss, you heal around it. Imagine your life is a house, and the person you lost was a central, load-bearing pillar in the middle of the main room. When that pillar is removed, the roof doesn't just sag, the entire structure threatens to collapse. The space where the pillar stood is a raw, unavoidable void. The societal approach is to tell you to quickly erect a new, perhaps smaller pillar in its place. Find someone new, but this never works. The new pillar never fits quite right. The foundation is still shaken. The house feels unstable. Frankl's wisdom, which aligns with modern grief psychology, suggests a different kind of architecture. You do not try to replace the pillar. The space where it stood is now sacred ground. It is a memorial to what was. You acknowledge the void. You accept its permanence. And then you begin the slow, arduous work of rebuilding the rest of the house around that empty space. You strengthen the other walls. You build new rooms. You add new windows to let in new light. You cultivate a garden outside. Over time, your life expands. The house becomes bigger, more complex, and in some ways even stronger than it was before. The empty space, the void, is still there. It will always be there, but it is no longer the center of the house. It is now just one room among many, a quiet memorial room that you can visit when you need to, but it is no longer the entire structure of your existence. This is what it means to heal around the loss. It means that survival is not about erasure, but about expansion. The practical application of this truth is to shift your focus from filling the void to building your life. Instead of spending your energy searching for a new partner, spend your energy on becoming a more whole and interesting person on your own. What is a part of yourself that you neglected during the relationship? Reclaim it. Was it a hobby, a friendship, a personal dream? Now is the time to rebuild it. What is a new skill you've always wanted to learn? Now is the time to build that new room. How can you be of service to your community or your friends? Now is the time to cultivate your garden. This process is slow. It is not linear. Some days you will feel like you are making progress, building new walls. Other days you will find yourself sitting in the middle of that empty room, and the grief will feel as fresh as the day the pillar was removed. That is okay, that is part of the process. The goal is to honor the past while actively building a future. It is the understanding that your life can be and will be rich and full again, not in spite of the loss, but in a new shape that has been carved by it. The second truth of survival is to let go of the desperate need to fill the void. Instead, take up the courageous and creative task of building a new and beautiful life around the sacred space that your loss has created. The third truth: your loss is a call to a deeper form of love. The pain of losing someone you love is so intense because it feels like an ending, a final chapter, the end of love itself. We believe that our capacity to love was tied to that one person, and now that they are gone, that part of us is gone too. We feel that our love has nowhere to go. It becomes a painful, stagnant energy, turning into bitterness, regret, or a vow to never love again. This is the most tragic outcome of heartbreak. It is the belief that the loss is the final word on love. And this is where Frankl's wisdom offers its most profound and redemptive message. The third and final truth of survival is this: the end of a relationship is not the end of love. It is an invitation to transform your love into a higher, more transcendent form. Frankl experienced this in the most profound way. In the camps, physically separated from his wife, not knowing if she was alive or dead, he discovered that love is not dependent on physical presence. He would have vivid internal conversations with her. He would feel her presence, her encouragement, her smile, and in those moments, he realized a shocking truth. He wrote, "I understood how a man who has nothing left in this world still may know bliss, be it only for a brief moment in the contemplation of his beloved." He realized that love is a spiritual act, a state of being that transcends the physical world. It is a connection that death itself cannot sever. How does this apply to the pain of a breakup or the end of a relationship? It means that the love you felt for that person does not have to die. It has to evolve. The first form of love is possessive love. I love you because you are mine, because you make me feel good, because you meet my needs. This is the love that is shattered by a loss. When the person is gone, the source of your good feelings is gone, and you are left in pain. But your suffering is a call to evolve into a higher form of love, transcendent love. This is a love that says, I love you, and because I love you, I want what is best for you, even if that is not me. I am grateful for the time we had, for the lessons I learned, for the way you helped me grow. The love I have for you does not need to be expressed in a relationship with you. Instead, I will take all the love, all the lessons, all the growth, and I will carry it forward. I will use it to become a more loving person to everyone I meet. This is the ultimate act of turning pain into purpose. You take the specific love you had for one person and you generalize it. You transform it into a quality of your own being. The love becomes a part of you. You do not need to stop loving the person you lost. You need to change how you love them. You love them now, not by clinging to them, but by living out the best lessons they taught you. You honor their memory not by remaining stuck in the past, but by building a beautiful future that was, in part, made possible by the love you shared. Your heart, though broken, is not smaller. It has been stretched. It now has a greater capacity to hold love and compassion than it did before. The final task of survival is to take that expanded capacity and offer it to the world. Your love is not lost. It is being transformed. Your pain is the alchemical fire that is turning the lead of personal attachment into the gold of universal compassion. So, let us stand back and see these three truths as a single, powerful path to survival. Truth number 1. Do not numb your pain. Harness its energy. Turn the raging river of grief into a source of light through conscious, creative action. Truth number 2. You cannot replace the loss. You must rebuild your life around it. Honor the past as sacred ground and focus on the courageous act of expansion and new growth. And truth number 3, your loss is a call to a deeper form of love. Transform your personal love for one person into a transcendent quality of your own spirit, a gift you can carry forward and offer to the world. This is not a 5-step plan to get over someone. This is a profound spiritual journey. It is the path of turning one of life's most painful experiences into an opportunity for your deepest growth. Look again at the words you wrote in the comments. My pain will not be the end of my story. You now have the 3 truths that will help you write the next chapter. A chapter defined not by what you have lost, but by the strength, the wisdom, and the immense capacity for love that you have gained. The pain may still be there. The scar will always remain. But it will not be a scar that makes you weaker. It will be a kintsugi scar, a line of gold that tells the story of how you were broken and how you put yourself back together, more beautiful and more whole than before. That is the meaning of survival.